Oh, morning coffee. Before I start my day, I always like to have a coffee outside. Really just to gather my thoughts on the viewing, what I'm going to accomplish in the day, what the process is going to be and what I want to sort of achieve. And no better place to be in nature in order to sort of gather your thoughts and your game plan. Off to a viewing in Jumeirah Golf Estates, one of the premium estates in Dubai. 2 world-class golf courses, and we're off to Lime Tree Valley, which is one of the sought-after estates. Or streets, I should say, that are available in the community. The house we're going to see is a fully renovated property done by some amazing designers. It's one of my favorite houses on the market at the moment. And I think it's done to a fantastic finish as well. Rare to find these days. All right, we're here. Good morning, Rainmakers. So here at Lime Tree Valley Jumeirah Golf Estate, one of the premium streets and communities in the community as a whole. and I'm going to try and show you how to carry out a viewing. Now, people sort of think that a viewing is just showing people the house, but it's actually not. There is an art and an element of surprise and a way of carrying it out. Now, there's two elements to a viewing, and you have to also understand your client in terms of what they need. Some clients want you to be around the viewing and direct the viewing. Some clients actually want you to stand in the background and let them see the property. So you have to have evaluated already from the first viewings that you've done, or from the feedback that you're getting from them, what type of viewing you're going to carry out. So the viewing I'm going to carry out today is not the one where I just stand in the background and hang out and let them do it, because then that would be a boring video of me sitting on the sofa. But what I'm going to do is show you how to do a viewing in terms of the person's really interested in the space, understanding about the technicalities of the property and how it works. So number one, when you enter a property and you go in, make sure that you enter the guests in and let them come in and let them sort of stand there and take in the ambience of the house, because this is the beginning of your shows and what you're doing. As you can see, amazing high ceilings. If they haven't looked up or they haven't seen it, just mention it to them and say, wow, what do you think about the ceiling sort of thing, so that they look up. Because ultimately you've got to take them through a scenario and through a sequence of events so that they get to really understand the beauty of the property. So you're now gone and shown them the bedroom, and when you show them the bedroom and stuff, what you want to do is either you enter the bedroom yourself or you actually stand back and let them enter. Now, because this is a small bedroom, you don't want it to feel cramped, so you don't want to go in yourself in this particular bedroom. So the way you orchestrate that is that you sort of stand to the side and then sort of say to them, well, what do you think about this office space? So what happens is that because you're standing over there and you sort of ushered and used your hands to gesture them, they will go into the office space themselves and have a look at it. You know, if they're hanging around and stuff and everything, and you know what they're doing and what kind of work they're doing, you can sort of say stuff like, you know, wouldn't it be amazing to be trading from here? You know, it's very quiet at the front of the house, and just mention stuff like that to them so that they sort of can visualize themselves in the house and their work and what they're doing. Now, the view is not great in terms of the fact that, yes, it's the view of the street, but it's still a fantastic opportunity for them to be sealed away from the rest of the house while the kids and the cooking and the kitchen and everything happens in a different way. So, what would happen next? You would actually take them into the bedroom. So again, you say to them, this is the guest bedroom, and you stand to the side. You don't go in yourself, because if you go in yourself, for example, let me take you in there. If you go in yourself here, and then there's two of them coming along as well, and then you stand here, number one, you're blocking the view. Number two, you're creating an obstacle, like, you know, there's not going to be a man standing in your bedroom when you enter. So what you've got to do is let them come in and stand by the bedroom and let them see the room. One of the nicest features about this particular house is the Guggenheim staircase. I call it the Guggenheim staircase because if you've ever been to the museum in Guggenheim in New York, the building itself wraps around like that, and this is a piece of art. It's not really a staircase. So when you come here and you're bringing them along, you don't want them again just to focus on the view and miss out on the staircase. So what you do is you sort of come up to the front here and you sort of turn around and say to them, wow, what do you think about this staircase? It's one of my favorite pieces in the house. It reminds me of the Guggenheim. So that enthusiasm, that energy, that sort of passion that you have for the staircase will resonate with them. Now, it is a beautiful staircase. It is a piece of art. It is a sculpture by itself. So the other thing you can say to them later on, which I'll show you, is, you know, they see a room there now, but don't show them what's in that room straight away. Why? Because it's something that you can show them later on. They're already focusing on the staircase and thinking how beautiful the staircase is. So let them resonate with that. Let them sort of deal with that. Then you can come along to the main space and just, you know, let them admire the view. You can tell them knowledge about the course. So you should have done your research. That is the Earth course. The Earth course is the world famous course. It's in the top 100 courses in the world, and that is the 14th green. So when the DP World Tour comes to Dubai and the grand finale of the Race to Dubai ends, this is where the course is played. There's hundreds of spectators. Rory McIlroy will be there playing his shot. Tommy Fleetwood will be there, world-class people, and you will be having the best view for free. And in November, when the actual event is on, this is prime viewing for the event. People pay thousands of dollars in order to go sit in the sun or even sit over there and have drinks, whereas you've got your free entertainment. So it's one of the main features about the estate. Now, in terms of going outside, you can take them outside straight away, or you can leave it till the end, but you sort of come outside and show them the feature. Today it's hot, it's around 42 degrees, but normally you'd say, you know, this is a great place to hang out. With the feature of the thing, what you want to point out to them, which is a design feature, again, which you should have got, is that it's right in the center of the house. So as you enter through the door, you see the amazing view, and then you've got this sort of symmetry of the whole garden. Now, practically, this may not be a great call for children, okay? However, you don't want to hide anything. In the evening, when they go to bed, you will sit there and then drink your coffees and drink your champagne and enjoy the space as adults, whereas the children will enjoy the space as children. Maybe a little bit dangerous, but any pool is a little bit dangerous. So ultimately, what you're doing is showing them the features of the pool, the beauty of how it is set out with such an amazing view. Now, if you've done your research properly and you know your applicants well, you'll know that the main thing they always wanted was an amazing kitchen and a space for the family. So again, make sure you highlight that and show that to them and say to the roundabout way, isn't this an amazing kitchen? You know, amazing workspace. I love the fact that, you know, there's space to have lunch and breakfast without having to go to the main table, but you've got, you know, a good 10-seater table for parties and stuff. It's also important to show the features in the house, such as the charging point, i.e. what you could do is if you have your phone, put it onto charge so that you don't have to even mention it. But key features like, for example, this Gaggenhol fridge, which works as a push catch. So therefore, you know, you've got an amazing fridge there. Most people don't know that you can have a push catch on the fridge. I only worked that out myself when I was trying to tug at it. And so again, these are little things that you need to know about. Now, if you come over here, to me, this kitchen is good enough. Has a wet kitchen. I mean, this is meant to be the second wet kitchen, and most wet kitchens are too small to do anything or cooking properly because it's the maid's kitchen and they sacrifice the space. But as you can see, it's an amazing space and the kitchen that can be used properly. Those are the main things to make sure that you work out when you do a viewing. Number one, what are the key features that you want to highlight according to the needs of the actual applicant and what they want to buy. Presenting the features of the house in terms of the view, the pool, the fact that everything's been done to symmetry, and then of course the key features like the staircase. Now, for example, when you're coming down the staircase later on, this is where I said to you, now normally this light is on, but I switch this light off. The reason I switch this light off is that they don't know what's behind this door. So ultimately then when you come down the staircase and they're coming down, you come to the side, and as they come down the stairs, you say to them, oh, I've got a surprise for you. And then you basically put on the light and say, wow, a wine cooler. 100% needed in Dubai if you drink wine, because with the temperature fluctuations and stuff, your wine will get ruined. And what an amazing space to have in an area. So you can see also, like, you know, cigar smokers as well will love this feature as well. It's all climatized, all cedar wood and stuff. And again, after you've done the viewing upstairs and you come down, because it's been switched off, you get to present it as a surprise. Another thing that they like, another feature to the house. You know, all these features and all these things that are being shown by you systematically is ticking off in their head like, wow, wow, wow. But then they've come down and they've got wow again, especially the man or me, I would be like, wow. Whereas if the light was on, they would have seen it. If the light was on, if the light wasn't off, they would have seen it straight away. Whereas because of the fact that the light was off, they didn't see it. So therefore, when you come for your viewing, switch it off and leave it as a surprise. Look at other things that you can leave as surprises, which add an element of wow. Not only is the house got amazing bedrooms, features and stuff, it's got this as well. Okay, so let's go upstairs and have a look at what we're going to do upstairs. Coming up to the top of the stairs in order to show the upstairs. What's important as well now is you've already explained the features of the staircase in terms of looking like a Google line sculpture and stuff, but also you should know how the actual staircase is made. So it's made out of wrought iron, it's all constructed in a factory, and then after that it's plastered. These glasses are actually sealed in and put in and bent around. The staircase most probably, I believe, costs about 150,000, 200,000 dirhams. So not only is it just a piece of art, it's an actual engineering masterpiece as well, so that they understand that it's not that the house is being built to a high quality. When you come to the viewing at the top, again, element of surprise and directing them in the right manner. So the pièce de résistance is down that end. Why? The view, and number two is the master bedroom. The master bedroom is what you show last because of the fact that it looks fantastic. So you come up the stairs, stand in the corner or stand over there, and then you direct them to this way because you're blocking them going that way even if they wanted to. Then you come along and you're showing them the bedrooms. Now in this instance, because the bedroom is quite large, that's fine to walk into the bedroom because then that shows the element of the whole bedroom as a whole, showing the balcony and showing the space. And let them take it in. The main thing is that what you're doing is really showing them the room itself, but also the fact that, you know, the ensuite bathroom, the facilities and stuff. But the bedrooms are the bedrooms. It's much of a muchness, right? So as I said, if it's a big bedroom, you can walk in. If it's a small bedroom, then you can step out. Again, great bedroom, great wardrobe space, amazing light. You know, so those are the sort of three features that you're going to point out. Not all off the top of your head, bam, bam, bam. You know, what you can say, bright light, amazing windows. Now if they say, oh, there's not much privacy there, you can say, well, nobody really looks out from you. That's most probably a bathroom window, so nobody's going to see. They wouldn't have got permission to actually put a window there if it was going to cause an obstruction to somebody else. Again, wardrobe space, super important, because ultimately everybody has to live in a house. It's not just there as a showcase. So storage is super important and one of the main things that estate agents forget to show and mention, but buyers are always thinking about. So let's go over to the master bedroom. So the master bedroom, normally in most houses and flats, are going to be the best room in the house. So here, second bedroom, again, great views, and then also you can draw them in by staying there for them to come up here to see the view of the garden. So now they're getting a perspective of the garden because they may not go out on the balconies from the top, so they get to see it more in a different light. Plus also you see the water fountain over there, which you didn't get from the downstairs view. So then again, it creates a bit more ambience of how the place looks. Plus also you get to see the golf course better. So this is an actual important room to come to in order for them to really get the view of how that house is going to look. One of the things you could mention as a whole is like, wow, and this is the third bedroom, what a great size. You know, the reason why you're saying what a great size is because the other two bedrooms that we saw were of good size already. So therefore you're showing them that they got 4 good bedrooms a good guest room, and also a study as well. Most places sometimes have a smaller third or fourth room, which is then pokey, so people are fighting over which rooms to use. But from their point of view, you can sort of mention the children and say, Jack won't mind either room or Jill won't mind either room. But it just shows them that the versatility and the size of the house is amazing, so that all the rooms are big and all the spaces are quite grand. So let's go to the master bedroom, my favourite room upstairs, and then most people's room as well. So what's beautiful about this room is the way you sort of wraps around. Now this space you would leave till the end. So the lights came on now, but they wouldn't come on normally. So what you would do is come over here normally and say to them, you know, have a look at the master bedroom, what do you think? So then they would come along here and walk around the master bedroom going, wow, really nice, what a great, and then you can say, wow, what a view. Again, illustrating one of the key features of the house. And then as you sort of like come through the side, then of course you've got the bathroom, which is, you know, could be the side. You can mention something like, wow, this could be a bedroom because it's so big. You just want to use key elements and words that you think will associate and relate to the fact that ultimately they've got a bedroom here, but it's a bathroom, and that's the luxury of the property. So as you come through here, now of course, because of the fact that you'd stop them coming here, you could have this door closed even before you come along so that they don't know what it is. So now they're thinking to themselves, oh, that wardrobe space is way too small, and how am I going to get my clothes in there? But they're not saying anything now. So then you can make a joke and say, the wardrobe space over there is actually not your wardrobe space, or it's actually for you, John, taking the mickey out the husband, because that's most probably going to be his wardrobe space. He's not going to get any of this. And then you can say to the lady, you know, what do you think of your wardrobe space? It's like being in a Louis Vuitton or Chanel showroom. And she's going to be great, you know, my shoes have got, she's already imagining her shoes there, handbags, so it's all great features and stuff. And you've got sort of like cupboards along here for your watches and everything. So, element of surprise, guiding the viewing in terms of making sure that people can see exactly where you're going, what you're doing, and taking them around the house is important. All right, guys, so there is a basic, small little workshop on how to do a viewing. Main points, as you can see, are to direct the viewing and to make sure that you take people into the places that you want to take them, and also to show them the features and benefits of the house, and emphasizing the ones that are more relevant to your actual applicant, because you should have done your research on them and understood what they want. Now, there are other tips and other things that need to be discussed. So if you have any other questions, you can direct message me below, or if you want to get in contact with me for more training and tips, more than happy to help. And let's keep it real, Rainmakers. All right, guys, so you've seen the listing and the house. It's a fantastic opportunity for somebody to have a home here. Lime Tree Valley, Jumeirah Golf Estate. There's similar listings as well. So if you're interested in purchasing this or something similar in the area or anywhere in Dubai, please message me, contact me, and get in contact with my company even, and we can help you out to find your ideal home within Dubai. Speak to you later.